Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
I'm Caitie.
The title of the famous work, The Iliad, is actually a combination of two different Latin words. Ilium, which is another name for Troy, and ad, which is a suffix meaning the story of. Therefore, the Iliad literally translates to Troy story.
Meanwhile, my name is
1, 2,
the
3,
illest.
or 4?
You've got a friend in horse.
Yes.
That's
Come on,
exactly.
that's good.
That was good. Is it really a friend?
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah, that's
I
the
read it.
problem. Yeah, I did too. I wonder if kids still read those today.
Yes.
They do.
books.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
those
the-
books things.
The Odyssey,
Yeah,
at
you know.
least.
It's like a series of iPads that don't change.
Never. They never change. That's very true. How are you guys? Welcome back.
Thank you. I am burnt, but
I don't know if you noticed
Good.
this, but last week we actually got your video in the show.
oh, you did good.
Doing it with me producing, which I was really proud of.
Very good.
It was very impressive.
I was somewhere in the middle of the ocean at that time.
Yeah,
Yes.
roughly.
So,
Just-
what was the most magical Disney moment that you had on the Disney cruise that you went on?
There were a lot of really good things. In general, I liked it's Disney service, so everything was like really, really polished. I think my favorite moment didn't even happen to me, it happened to my wife. We were sitting out on the deck and it was a little bit chilly at that particular time of the evening. And my wife said, I'm a little cold. And then from behind us, a hand appeared with a blanket. Just blanket. And we turned around. By that time, the guy was just walking
Blanket.
away. It was just like, how?
It's a very strange magic trick.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That is very impressive. What was your favorite food or bite that you had of the entire trip?
Goodness. Actually they had, and it's kind of a stereotypical cruise food, but they had excellent escargot. It was really, really garlicky, which is the proper way to prepare it.
Absolutely.
Yes, but all the food was amazing. They had a dinner. I mean, they have 3 different dining locations. Your server follows you. Your wait staff follows
Sure.
you to every restaurant. So, like, preferences, like,
It's kind of creepy, but also awesome.
it's so good. Well, because I would get red meat pretty much every night if I wasn't getting fish, and I would order it and be like, and medium rare is what you like. It was just, they had it down for your preferences.
As they should.
So where are you going after this? Huh? Where are you going?
What would you say? Did they have like theme nights?
They did. We did Pirate Night,
Okay.
which was wonderful.
Good.
And we were also out on the ocean during May the 4th, which was great. And I was going to wear my full Jedi costume, and I thought, nobody's going to go that hard.
Did you bring it?
I didn't. I opted to just bring a shirt
are
and
you?
my Star Wars swim
I don't know
trunks.
this man.
I don't know that I know you anymore either.
But there were several people dressed up. There was a full Ashoka,
Yes.
Ahsoka?
yes. It was very impressive. And
You
and
haven't watched those shows.
have not watched that. There was
You
also
need to.
a kid wearing
Sadly,
a
you can't
BB-8
because
costume.
they're not on Netflix anymore.
I'll just
They
get them
are
on
not.
Disney Plus.
And watch them quickly before season 7 comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be really
Yes,
interesting.
wonderful time. Highly recommend Disney cruises. I've been on other cruises. This was easily the best.
That sounds
Easily
like
the best.
fun.
Very good to hear. So you were on a cruise. I was on a ferry, which there wasn't a whole lot to write home about other than it was pretty and you could see all of Washington and the Puget Sound. And
Oh,
that was
nothing to
great.
write home about.
But you were
Yes.
at Heroes Assemble.
I was.
This never happens where we're like all 3 of us in completely different realms.
It was. We're different realms.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, we are seeing Fellowship soon.
We are seeing Fellowship soon. Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun.
Helicopters again.
Yeah, they're listening.
Let us know on Twitter. Did we talk about Twitter?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
We didn't.
We did.
I
was like,
didn't
we
even
didn't talk-
announce who I am. I'm Cameron, by the way. You should use the
You went on
hashtag
a cruise.
Geeks Corner. Hashtag Geeks Corner to talk at us tonight. And there's a lot of moving parts, but we should be able to talk back at you.
And let us know if you can hear the helicopters as loudly as we can.
And
Yeah.
if you assume that it is Thanos' sword.
They're big fans of the show.
Well, yeah, they're kind of big fans because, like, they spin on the top.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate
All
that.
right, so Heroes
Heroes Assemble.
Disneyland After Dark.
Yes.
We have a video up, we have a post up. But
Do.
you're gonna tease it all right now.
It was a lot of fun. I didn't expect the whole park to be open, but it was, and there was a lot of characters to see. There's a really, really hard scavenger hunt, actually, and I feel like I know the parks pretty well, but there was things where I was like, I don't know where that is, and it had very vague clues, and it was actually one of my favorite parts of the whole night was this very tough scavenger hunt. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually was doing the whole event by myself until I ran into Tyler and Haley, and they adopted me for the event, which was very nice. Pat.
I don't know. I just felt like when they adopted you, they patted you on the head and like, come along,
Tyler
Caitie.
actually kind of did.
Okay, see, I could imagine that. Like, it just seemed what they would do.
Yes.
They had lots of characters out. Which characters really stood out to you at the...
Well, Iron Man.
Is that what you were going to say?
No, I just saw pictures of Chip and Dale, and they were my favorites.
They
ever.
were, so the best part about it, and I don't know if people realized it, so their hats were acorns, but then it was Loki and Thor, and it was very fun. But
That's
they were
cute.
acorns, yes. I thought it was really fun. I had a lot of fun meeting, I didn't meet Goofy, Pluto, or Chip and Dale, but I did meet Donald, Daisy, Mickey, Minnie, which was very fun, and they were dressed so cute. And I loved them. It was.
She loved them so much she started talking in weird voices.
I think the best part was that Daisy was clearly Black Widow, right? Should I be correct? She was clearly Black Widow. Everyone that I was in line with, they weren't with me, but they were people adjacent.
The other people in line.
Yes,
The people beneath you.
They were all like, Spider-Man. She's definitely Spider-Man. No, she must be Spider-Gwen. And I was like, Disney doesn't own that movie.
Like they thought it was Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, they
characters
thought it was
coming
Into
out?
the Spider-Verse.
Huh.
Awesome.
And I felt like the whole time I was like, no, but Minnie is no, okay. And they were just like, they just kept throwing spider characters out. And they're like, no, she's not Black Widow.
So they
And
haven't
I was
actually
like,
watched any of the MCU movies, but they're like, oh, animated Spider-Man. We're going to watch that one.
I just thought the best part was like, no, she's definitely Spider-Gwen. And I was like, what? In what?
Also, I feel like we're dangerously close to knocking Into the Spider-Verse. It was really good. Just pointing that out.
No, I don't think that Into the Spider-Verse
I think it's
was
important
bad.
for us to establish it was really good.
Haley and
Everybody
Tyler
who's seen it loved it.
were Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen. So
Maybe that's where the confusion was coming from.
They weren't with
They're
me.
like, well, they saw them though, and they're
Might
like,
have
well,
been
I
it.
saw these people, and they
I saw them, so definitely.
it has to be true.
Therefore,
Probably.
Yeah.
If then.
So 2 thumbs up on this event.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I
Cool.
think that it got a lot of flack for being a more expensive event than the other events, but I feel like there was a lot more to do.
And Iron Man was there.
And
Iron Man.
Iron Man made his Northern American debut, is that correct? Which was very cool, and he was interacting and talking to guests, which I think was a
Really cool.
huge thing. And all the rides were open. So we walked right onto Incredicoaster, walked right onto Justice Critter Carousel, walked on to whatever we wanted to, so it was very fun.
Cool.
World of Color walked right on.
Yeah, actually, it was super crazy, and people were like, how is she doing that? And I said, can you guys not walk on water? Weird.
I watched the new Frozen trailer. I just thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, just... And then it all collapsed on me. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did announce the touring cast this morning for Frozen. That just popped into my head for Anna and Elsa. I don't remember who they are, but
Frozen on Ice.
yeah, that's the next one.
Yes.
I hope they do that.
It'd be so good.
Frozen 2 on ice.
Elsa's been here already. The plot started.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
I feel like they need a new theme song for it somehow that was very punny and witty. Let's keep moving on. Let's get to the main topic of the night, which is Star Wars. Last week, the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge symphonic score was released. John Williams wrote this, and then they recorded it, and it's awesome. I'm going to lead off with, we were listening to it or re-listening to it for some of us before the show. Caitie, what were your thoughts? Cameron, then what were yours after hers?
I thought it was very beautiful. Actually, I probably look like a crazy person. I put my head down and I closed my eyes because I wanted to fully give it my attention.
Oh, I was making fire jokes. She was not paying attention to me at all.
That's accurate. I was
all.
very actually into the music, not into the Spider-Verse, into the Star Wars verse. I think it's very, very pretty. I think it ties in a lot of different thematic elements from all over the board. And I love that it never goes full Star Wars, if that makes any sense. Like, it has the fanfare, but it never goes into familiarity. I like that it challenges what you know as Star Wars themes, and I really enjoyed that.
We were talking a little bit about similar scores that we felt it sounded like, which referenced it's got a kind of Middle Eastern vibe, and I don't really know. There's a music term that I'm close to that you might know. The Middle Eastern scale. And I feel like it's not in it, but it's very close to that for a lot of it.
It has a bit of that feel. We were talking, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Lawrence of Arabia soundtrack, or there's a few of them that kind of, those grand cinematic movies of the probably 60s, maybe 50s, I don't know exactly when they came out, but it has kind of that old, a little bit mystic.
Yeah.
You don't really know what you're getting into, but it's very big. Like that was actually one of the things I was thinking about listening to, is like he really captured not only the unknown of what you're going into, which they've kind of set up that backstory with it as well, but also the size and scope of it, and then just kind of being out there in a place that you're not used to, and they tried to kind of off balance you, it feels like, a little bit with, or he tried to off balance with the music a little bit.
And if you haven't listened, you're looking for a comparison, this is the intro shot anytime they mention Egypt in any film ever.
Oh, totally.
Where there's that one person who is singing over it. And I mention that specifically because there is a shopping mall in Southern California called the Citadel, which has much of the iconography of Egypt. And my wife has learned that as we get close, you might as well just turn down the radio, because I'm about to scream at the top of my lungs an interpretation of what that sounds like.
Oh, good.
Ben-Hur also pops
Ben
into my
Hur,
head.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was like, there's another movie that's totally stuck in my brain that has a similar feel to it. But yeah, it's kind of those really grand old cinema,
and
massive
mysticism,
movies.
I think, is what you hit on.
Yeah,
there.
and it's cool because I think watching that or listening to that and then watching the videos they put out, you kind of get a feel for what you're getting into without really knowing how much Caitie's going to cry.
The answer is many.
Many, much more of them.
Wow, many, much more of them, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I do cry a lot.
Can that be your new text tone for my phone, please?
Yeah.
Maybe that should be our new t-shirt is, yeah, I do cry a lot. Hashtag Geeks Corner.
Honestly, I would wear that frequently. I would wear it to work. People would no longer be mean to me. They're like, oh no, that girl cries. Don't be mean to her.
She's that girl.
Oh, she's... It's me. I cry a lot. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that was like a general statement, not even just about Star Wars. Like, I just cry a lot.
How did it change your opinion, or did it, of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge?
It didn't change my opinion.
Not at all. It's gonna
Did
be
it
amazing.
add to it, though, or detract, or just
I think
like,
it's
okay, this is what I expected?
Not in a bad way, but I think it's exactly what I expected it to be.
Okay.
Yes, that is a good way of putting it.
It's as John Williams-y as it could be, and I think that when we get into the land, it'll just kind of, all the music will just make sense.
And you brought up a good point with Williamsy. Right in the smack dab middle of it, there's the opening fanfare chord he hits once, and you can just see John Williams going, ah,
Here it is.
Yep.
this is that, right
I
there.
believe he actually still writes all of his music with paper
By hand,
and
yes.
ledger.
Yes, I've heard that as well.
Which is amazing when you think of him sitting at a piano writing all this music. Like, that's super cool too. Also for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, we learned this week, yeah, that mobile ordering is going to be available in a galaxy far, far away. So you'll be able to use your pad with... I'll be curious if it's in the traditional Disneyland app or if it's in the Star Wars one. It's probably the Disneyland app, huh?
Well, the data pad is in the Disney Parks Play app. So
But this will be in the Disneyland
Yeah,
app.
Yes,
I see,
it'll
'cause that's
be-
the one that actually has money tied to it.
yeah, they did say that it's in the Disneyland app.
Okay, so you'll go into Disneyland app. You'll be able to order all of your foods from a galaxy far, far away, but
Does
not
that
all
include
of them.
the cantina?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's
It's the milk stand, Ronto Roasters.
Which is not...
Which
is the meat stand, right?
Yes. And no, it's plant-based.
Yeah, it's like tropical something.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
so the milk
interesting.
stand, the meat stand,
And Dock 7 launching bay.
and the walk-up.
Doc Holiday's launching bay, got it.
Yes. But if the
Tombstone reference.
to get
I know, and then I was like, how can I make a Doc Brown reference? And I wasn't there.
Doctor
to get
Who,
into
Space
why
Time.
it's plant-based for 2 seconds, it's because they thought about the creatures, like the green milk. They thought about the creatures that were going to be producing it, and they realized they were going to have all plant-based diets, so they thought it would just make sense to have a plant-based.
Let's skip the part where
cows only eat plants, right?
That was the lore. It's fine. But they also want to make it accessible to all Star Wars fans.
No, that part makes complete sense to me, and I love that.
That was the lore that they gave for it. I just wanted to explain it for a second. I don't need your negativity. I just wanted to tell you. Anyway.
But doesn't it take something away from Mark Hamill chugging the green milk, knowing it's not, like, doesn't have any lactose in it?
I mean, at the end of the day, at that point, he's really just doing like a veggie shake.
Tactile... Like there's a
what you didn't see is
there's
the
a
part
viscosity
where
to it.
He used the magic bullet before he drank it. He's like,
no, you missed the part where he walks out of a juice pressing place and he's like, I just did yoga, and then drinks it. Like you missed that.
They add a little bit of cayenne to it because it helps it burn out a little bit of fat.
And for only $17.
I'm on this full cleanse. It's 10 days. My main man Sky in there. He told me it's gonna work right.
Lemon juice. Cayenne pepper.
That's Sky with 2
honey.
eyes.
Oh, of course, and an E.
Of course.
Don't be ridiculous.
Don't ask her the E is.
Sure.
Yes, but anyway, you're gonna be able to mobile order. I think it's fantastic.
Wow, you brought that back. I was in a galaxy much further away.
I know.
That was impressive.
I'm just gonna wait.
Isn't it great to have the three of us back together?
Oh yeah, together again.
Again. So yeah, mobile ordering. I think it's a great idea, and I think that it might help keep things moving.
I actually think it will.
Or
too.
at the very least, we'll have an advantage in getting food from everyone else who refuses to do it.
Yeah, as long as people continue to not use mobile ordering, we will be in a very good place.
I love mobile ordering.
It is a wonderful thing, and I am very thankful for it. I did hear on Sunday from Roger that it was busier and you had to wait 20 minutes for your mobile order.
Yes. Well, that was just at Whitewater Snacks.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense because that's
Newish.
well, and I feel like there's more accessibility there too.
Yes.
Let's go to Twitter real quick for a minute or
Twitter.
two. We got a few things going on.
A few things.
Bailey says it's true. Caitie Bear 13 and I cried on Instagram because of the piece of fan art from Avengers Endgame on my Insta story. Also, Anthony messaged me with crying emojis. I've linked. I'm gonna skip that one. Mary Penguin says she cries a lot too.
Thank you.
Jeff says, I hear Caitie Bear is starting a production company along the line of DreamWorks. It's going to be called Waterworks.
Oh, yeah.
Well played. That was
Honestly,
right up our
yeah.
alley. Steven says, if crying at a semi-sad movie moments was a sport,
Lighten up Twitter tonight, aren't you?
I could go pro for sure.
I was making like Egyptological like comparisons to the
And
minutia
they're just like,
of musicality.
cry. Yeah, I think that people just...
So the moral of the story is don't try to analyze music on Geeks Corner. Just talk about Katie crying and Twitter will explode.
This is the second week in a row that we've talked about me crying.
I guess.
That's
That's
a real sob story.
good
Honestly.
ratings, huh?
Not yes.
From last week, 100% to get Katie crying videos.
Oh,
for
yes, that's
Star
right. We did
Wars.
take a poll last week on the trailer for the
It's like
future
missed.
Star Wars Rise of Skywalker trailer, and we will be doing a
reaction
video.
You will
of
not
Katie.
let me watch it until I am willing to be on camera.
You'll be
which
sitting
is
right here.
offensive.
We'll make sure you're well lit. You'll
What?
watch it on that screen right there.
That's
this
too far.
camera will be zoomed in on you. Well, you can watch it on this screen then.
I'll watch it on that screen.
And it'll be zoomed in on you very closely. Cameron will be your cameraman because that's just fun.
Cameraman.
He'll be the cameraman.
Where are you gonna be?
Oh, I'm just gonna enjoy.
And I will direct.
Yes. What else?
He's gonna be like.
Well, no, I'll probably produce it.
What's my motivation? Star Wars.
He's gonna be like, why aren't you cry?
Somebody
People
hit her,
want to see you
hit her
cry.
with a stick. Make,
Where's the onions, everybody? Yeah.
Accurate. I'll just do this.
No, you won't.
So
You will not.
I don't want to cry.
You will.
You don't get to cut onions near me, sir.
Because you know the first one.
That's a trick. It's a
we don't even have to do. We don't have to play anything. Just da da.
Well, let's go back to
Oh no!
Force Awakens. What
Yeah.
was the first trailer? Does anybody remember?
No.
No, I was kind of hoping you would. Was it the first one with Chewie We're Home, or was it the second
That
one?
was the
That was the second one.
I think it was the second one.
It was the
and
second
that
one.
was the really
because that was
powerful
right
one.
before it came out for the World of Color. I remember that. And then they did the big flame. It was in World of Color.
Yeah, I
can't remember.
No, I was
It all
not
blends together.
in the fandom pre The Force Awakens.
But my point being is, I feel like there's a trend of adding emotional weight to the second trailer, and so my hope is that they continue this trend, because it will make for a better video for you. And just so you know, those of you that are on our Patreon will get to see it first. How is that?
That's so
Aren't you proud of me?
Manipulative is what it is, and I love it.
Manipulative. That's
No, it's incentivizing. It's incentivizing.
that's great. No,
Yeah,
please.
that's a business word for manipulative, is what that is.
No, please subscribe to our Patreon.
It's like
and
saying,
then,
"Can we work on the verbiage?" Means it was bad. Can you fix it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I use that one a
And
lot.
then just,
Um,
I hear it frequently, and then just watch me cry. That'd be great.
Whip and nay.
And yes, we will also whip and nay. Well, that's after the trailer. But yeah,
While still crying.
while still crying.
so other Star Wars news that came out today
Yeah.
is that we have 3 new Star Wars movies coming to the big screen, which is
Yes.
fantastic.
Disney's just going to print itself some more money?
Apparently,
Really?
like, absolutely amazing, right?
Yes.
So we have those 3 coming. They're going to be oscillating year to year
Yeah.
with the Avatar movies, which I actually think is pretty smart.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I feel like they're kind of the same sort of scope,
But they're completely different productions, so they'll be able to focus on this. It's good.
and it's going to create a missing, like, you're going to want another Star Wars movie, I feel like, more this time,
And you'll
as
settle for
opposed
an
to
Avatar,
having
yeah.
6 months between. Well, yeah. Will we, though?
Yeah, I bet it's
Like,
going to be good.
I
It's
actually-
probably going to be good.
Do you think we're going to go see those opening night, though?
I don't think
I
it's
don't
going to be
know.
opening night. At least not for the first, second one.
Unless they're really good trailers. Because isn't the next one water or something? Like, I think they're doing, like, air,
Waterworld?
water. Like, they're doing different parts of
And everything
Pandora.
changed when the Fire Avatar Nation attacked.
So, we'll have Star Wars Rise of Skywalker this December. And then I think the next one is in 2021, if I remember correctly. Which is also when Indiana Jones will be coming. Nope, Avatar 2 is in 2021. So no Star Wars in 2020. 2022 will be the untitled Star Wars, and then again in 24 and 26.
And we don't know if these are Ryan Johnson's or if these are the other
But it
proposed.
does sound like it's another trilogy.
Right, because they proposed that for him.
Could be the Game of Thrones guys.
Yeah,
too.
the Game of Thrones guys. Was the
We're
other one they
hoping
talked
there's
to.
no Starbucks cups in Star Wars, but we'll see. I mean, there is
Yeah,
Coke
yeah.
now, so
Like, can you imagine just Ray cracking one in
she
9?
might, because isn't it canon? Didn't they say
Well, they kind
Galaxy's
of look
Edge?
like cannibals.
the,
Yeah.
the 2 is canon.
Yeah, so if they're selling Cokes now, that's canon. I don't know how I feel about this. It's a can of canon.
So okay,
But,
so imagine this. Imagine this. Ready?
want to.
Okay, imagine this. The Force Awakens.
Like, literally, I was watching Star Wars
There's been
Celebration.
effervescent bubbling.
No.
And-
Can you feel it?
Let me pitch this. I'm gonna pitch this.
Okay, pitch.
Force Awakens. Luke's lightsaber calls to her. Yes.
Yes.
When she opens the chest, she sees the lightsaber. Directly next to the
Next to it is
lightsaber,
like-
she sees a Coca-Cola.
Which one did she go for?
The Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
And she goes, "Ah," and then the scene carries on as normal.
And she's riding the polar bears from.
And then it cuts as she's grabbing the lightsaber. It cuts to the Force.
I thought it was
calls
going to
to
be
you.
in the sequel to Solo, and Han Solo goes into the
Han Duo?
cantina, and you think he's going to get some,
Blue
smuggler drink, and he's
Give
like,
me the most bubbly effervescent thing
he's
you've got.
like, I want a Coke.
And then it slides down the bar, and
Yeah.
he like grabs it,
Yep.
and he's like,
And then Chewbacca wants a Diet Coke.
Coke Zero, thank you very
absolutely
much.
He likes Diet
Coke Zero sugar
He wants
is
a cherry
Wookiee's
Coke.
No,
preference.
no.
No, cherry Coke Zero
That's
sugar.
Greedo.
It's a Dr. Pepper cookie.
No, he's not. He is Diet Coke.
he's like, can I get a Dr. Pepper? They're like, that's not canon. A Dr. Diet Coke.
I'm sorry, that's Chewbacca saying that?
Oh, it's very much
Just
canon.
subtitle? Like, but it's still just
Uh,
Dr. Pepper because you still say proper names the correct
And
way?
Indiana Jones is still coming out in 2021, which I found interesting in the announcement today as well. But they have another new writer for it, so we will see what happens. I don't know if that'll actually happen, but it could. If they don't use as much CGI, they can get it done quicker.
Do you think Shia the Beef is going to be in it
No.
at all? Kind of really hope
He's too
he
busy being a cannibal.
does. Actual cannibal, Shia LaBeouf.
That's a good bit.
that's
It's so good.
those are real
It's
events,
so
people.
Spider-Man Far From Home trailer was released this week
Yes.
also. We aren't going to talk specifics about it
Yes,
because spoilers, and we're going to be nice for one more week, and then we'll take it 1 week at a time. The Russo brothers said we can spoil you now, but we're not going to.
But we're nice.
The only thing we're going to spoil you
we don't want to ruin
is
your
our excellent
teeth.
faces.
Cameron, what do you think of the trailer?
I thought it was good. I know.
This is why I review the movies.
That was
They made movie sounds.
that was a
and
book report. I thought that this book
This
was
summer,
good.
I went to see Spider-Man Far From Home. It
All right,
was
keep it moving.
in the shot Old Yeller.
What?
Oh, sorry,
Spoiler.
spoilers. I thought they did a really good job. They set up the plot of this movie really well. And obviously this is a very spoilery one, but they tied it to the events of Endgame very well and made it have levity in places you didn't think it was going to be able to have it.
That is true.
Zendaya is really good. I still can't say her name right ever. She's wonderful, and she's my favorite. And the deadpan character choices she's making and continues to make in this trailer are
her
flawless.
lines in this
So good.
were great.
Oh, that's what I did this summer. The end.
I liked Cameron's report because I agree completely, and I thought it was really fun. I think it's tying really well into, like you said, the events of Endgame. There's stuff we can't talk about that I really, really want to, but I like how
They create a narrative web, is what you want to say.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was very
I
good.
like how we're
You've been
seeing.
saving it up for a week and a half, haven't you?
It's just built up.
I like how we're seeing characters be used in a different way now. I like how we're seeing new stories be told with different characters. I think it's very exciting, and I am here for it.
I like how it's also setting up for where Marvel potentially will go with its movies.
Yeah.
Because it is a pivot movie, it's looking like. And it will be interesting to see just how these stories move forward, even if they're not all connected after Endgame.
Yeah.
Which I think is the right choice. I think they need to
Get a little bit easier
Yeah,
to access.
they need to have more standalone content again, and
Yep.
they need to. The only reason that Endgame was as impactful as it is because it built to that unifying moment, and if they try to keep things unified from now on, it will never have that same effect.
Well, and they
again.
can't do it
need to-
twice.
Yeah, they need to. It's like shaving a beard off; it doesn't work multiple times.
It's true.
Not that I would know.
You've done it multiple times?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I think you did it once, and it was...
I mean, once when I was born, and then
That was the nurse that shaved the beard.
All right, so
Yeah,
now
I
that
did
you've
it
seen the
myself, actually.
trailer, 2 thumbs up on this movie, easily.
yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to see more of Jake Gyllenhaal.
The scary part is with all of this is I don't feel like it's even a question mark anymore with some of these movies where it's like, well, yeah, obviously it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Finally, this summer at Disney California Adventure, we're going to get Tale of the Lion King, which will be a musical dancing number thing at Paradise Park that will retell the story of the Lion King, and it will use dancers and performers and drummers and all of that fun stuff. They released a video that was a behind-the-scenes look today. What did you think of said video, and what do you think of the show?
Big Cat Hamlet is gonna be good.
Big Cat Hamlet. I'm very excited. I don't know that it really fits on the Palisades stage, but I also don't really care at this point.
Well, and what I was thinking of as we were talking about that is the Lion King parade that existed for a while there did not fit Main Street, but it was good while it was there. Like, it's gonna be a good show. I think we just kind of have to.
Well,
It's kind of like Fat Cat Swinger, which performs in a very
I'm
similar
really
space.
curious what they're going to do at night. That's a big stage, it looks like. Is the stage going to disappear for World of Color?
That is a good question.
Like, it just popped into my head when I was thinking, you were talking, I was thinking about the staging they showed for this, and it's pretty substantial.
it is.
And they didn't move it for any of the music acts when they were out, right?
During Food and Wine, they took it down every night,
Oh, really?
but not during the holiday
Festival
stuff
holidays.
because there was no World of Color. If they brought back Paint the Night, then they wouldn't have to take it down.
But why would they bring World of Color back just to be like, now we're not running it all summer?
I don't think they would.
No.
I'm just saying that would be the easy fix.
I think
and
maybe
people would love it.
the stage looks grand, but maybe it'll be something like there was a temporary stage for Festival of Holidays, like in the median, that they could take apart very quickly so that they could get people closer to the big stage. Maybe it'll be something like that. I don't really know. I don't...
Maybe it'll all be on wheels.
Or even just collapsible in the same way the lights go down for... I mean, they wouldn't be able to dig anything up, but they could collapse it and roll it backstage, maybe.
Yeah.
Possible. Disney magic.
It is possible. All right. Well, we are hitting that time of the night.
You should go to thegeekscorner.com, which I assume you're already there. But if you want, you can go see a whole bunch of more stuff of us doing stuff like this.
A whole bunch of stuff and things. Go to
Things.
dapsmagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. Subscribe to our mailing list and find our Patreon so that you can watch me cry first.
And make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel while you're at it. While you're at it, and catch all the other videos that we're putting up. We will have a ton coming in the next couple of months with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland Resort All-American College Band, this Lion King thing we were just talking about. There is so much going on. We will try to catch all of it. And probably most importantly, Caitie crying as she watches the Star Wars trailer that will be coming out anytime. Who knows?
Sick.
Oh, and don't forget D23 Expo. But that's all the time.
Too.
Huh?
I'll cry there too.
Okay, good. But that's all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you round the corner.
Bye.
So glad didn't work. We're still here.
The opposite problem of not starting.
Oh my gosh.
Are you gone? Oh no, the red dot.
There's still audio.